In the Supreme Master Qinghai International Association relief news from Ukraine, Poland, and Hungary. Along with her ceaseless prayers for the besieged and displaced in Ukraine, Supreme Master Qinghai has been supporting various groups and individuals who have been risking their own safety to aid Ukrainian refugees and animal people alike with contributions totaling $80,000 and counting. In early March, Master had also donated $100,000 for the Ukrainian refugees through the Taiwanese or Formosan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The ministry's Disaster Relief Foundation later sent the following message of appreciation.
感谢有你，兹感谢青海无上师捐款响应2022年乌克兰国际援助专案，感谢您对远方灾厄的关切。感谢您古道热肠的挹注，感谢您与爱同行，和我们一起共同守望良善的价值。特此铭记，以表谢忱。财团法人赈灾基金会董事长张景森，中华民国111年4月2日。
Master read these lines and exclaimed, "Oh, it is so beautifully written, and the design is so appropriate." Inspired by Master's loving example, our association members from around the world have also made their own contributions and or have been on the ground conducting relief activities. The following is another report from our relief team in Medyka, Poland, on the southeastern border with Ukraine.
Poland has received over 3 million refugees so far in the last few months, and the internally displaced and homeless continue to rise. Our priorities have been to get as much aid as possible into Ukraine, particularly the much-requested food items, including tinned and instant vegan meals, vegan snacks and water, as well as medicine and other materials. We also regularly ask at the border and refugee centers what is needed that we can help with. We are in direct contact with the lead organizer at the largest refugee center. Up to 1,200 refugees go through the center each day, mostly women and children. Essential supplies requested and provided so far include luggage, towels, sheets, undergarments, socks, chairs, and other furniture. Suitcases are in great demand, as most refugees left Ukraine with no luggage, and their essential items, collected since arriving, were in plastic bags. We regularly visit the border and ask the aid groups who have permanent bases there what they need to continue their work for the refugees as well as their animal companions. We have been frequenting the local train station, providing vegan food and drinks as necessary, and also buying train tickets and giving cash to those in need. We have encountered injured and shell-shocked men from the eastern Ukraine front lines and helped them with funds to reunite with their families. Also, vegan food and water have been sent into Ukraine through various drivers who cross the borders to Lviv, Lutsk, Kyiv, and other major cities. We have been fortunate to befriend a Ukrainian man who is helping us with translation, transportation, and payment issues. We have established a good relationship with a local Ukrainian school in Poland, which has seen a doubling of students in the last 2 months. We have delivered student supplies and have taken a class of Ukrainian teenagers out for a day trip of sightseeing, a vegan lunch, and nature walks. Local orphanages with displaced Ukrainian children are also being contacted to offer them any assistance. We are grateful to everyone who has donated funds and time to make all this possible, and we will continue to operate a team here as long as we can, as the need for aid is great. Thank you, Master, for the opportunity to serve, and we pray this war ends as soon as possible. From Medyka Team, Poland.
Master has a quick reply to the team. Loving souls, we are all so pleased that you have tried your best to help fellow beings in their hour of real need. We have reserved 100,000 euros now for such action. Please contact the CP or contact person to know where to get it as need arises. May God soon restore peace and normalcy to the deserving Ukraine people. Bless your hearts in heaven's grace, embracing you and sending love to all you meet.
Thank you very much from the Scouts Bar to the Supreme Master Qinghai International Association.
We really appreciate your help. It will help us to help other people. Thank you. We are Youth with the Mission. We want to thank you so much, you guys, for what you have done here. Bless you.
Our association's relief team also reported several divine arrangements during their mission. For example, they met a nurse and her son from Germany who had driven a car full of medical supplies without a place to take them. At the time, our members had been looking for bulk medical supplies to take to a certain hospital distribution point in Chevanorad, Ukraine. Meanwhile, association members in Hungary collaborated with several other charities to send hundreds of kilograms of essential vegan food, hygiene, and other supplies to Batrad, a humble village in western Ukraine that has been hosting the displaced. Necessities and vegan sweets were also sent to an orphanage there, where traumatized children come in on a daily basis. These were just some of our association's ongoing relief activities for the Ukrainian people. With deep gratitude to Supreme Master Ching Hai for her inner and outer support, we thank our association members as well as the many other dedicated volunteers from all over the world who are helping in various ways at this time. May the Ukrainian citizens have the peace, comfort, and healing they need in the immense mercy of God.
Germany assists United Nations Office to enhance healthcare access in Yemen. Through the state-owned entity, the KfW Development Bank Germany has supported the United Nations Office for Project Services, or UNOPS, in re-establishing the Al-Sabin Hospital in Yemen's capital city of Sana'a. The rehabilitation of the hospital is part of an overall project to assist local health service providers and communities by the enhancement of this and 18 other health facilities and 21 isolation units to increase the availability of medical resources for patients. UNOPS is facilitating the restoration of the physical infrastructure of facilities, furnishing medical equipment and furniture, and helping improve the capabilities of health staff, an effort that will benefit over 130,000 patients per year. Germany is a Shining World Caring Leadership Award and Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion and Wise Governance laureate. What wonderful news, KfW Development Bank and UNOPS. In Allah's eternal care, may all the resilient Yemeni people be forever blessed with peace and well-being.
Indian studies find medicinal plants in Himalayas at risk from climate change. Two recent investigations by the University of Delhi in India has found that medicinal plants growing between 300 and 2,000 meters above sea level in the Himalayas are facing survival challenges due to climate change. The research analyzed 163 of these specialized plants in the Indian state of Sikkim and found that 13% to 16% would lose their habitats by 2050 and 2070 due to changes in their sensitive growing conditions, and some could become extinct. Recommendations by the scientists include expanding the network of protected areas and reassessing their boundaries on a regular basis, as well as cultivating endangered plants in off-site herbal gardens, among other measures. Many thanks, scientists from the University of Delhi, for your research into the effects of climate change on the healing plants of your nation. In divine munificence, may the people of the world protect the planet and all beings through peaceful choices.
Oklahoma, United States law to prohibit abortion with limited exception. Oklahoma's governor, the Honorable Kevin Stitt, recently signed a bill which makes it a felony for doctors to perform an abortion in the state unless the life of the mother is at stake, with a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. The bill will take effect 90 days after the state legislature adjourns in May. During the signing ceremony, Governor Stitt said, "I promised Oklahomans that I would sign every pro-life bill that hits my desk, and that's what we're doing here today. We want to outlaw abortion in the state of Oklahoma." The legislature has also passed, and the governor is expected to sign another bill that bans abortions if a fetal heartbeat is detected. Bravo, the Honorable Kevin Stitt and Oklahoma legislators for taking steps to safeguard precious innocent lives. In God's magnanimous love, may we all steadfastly promote and champion the rights of the unborn.
Ugandan social enterprise addresses climate change and deforestation by using bamboo as alternative fuel source. Entrepreneur Divine Nabawizi created the company Divine Bamboo in 2016, which focuses on planting thousands of bamboos to then be developed into briquettes and used for daily cooking needs. Currently, around 90% of Ugandans are fully reliant on firewood or charcoal when cooking. Bamboo is a much more sustainable fuel as it is the fastest growing woody plant in the world, burns longer than firewood or charcoal, and it is inexpensive to turn into briquettes. Research also shows that a bamboo forest can absorb 30% more carbon dioxide than an equivalent size forest of trees. What a terrific plant-saving initiative, Divine Nabawizi and team at Divine Bamboo. May heaven bless you manifold as you use your wisdom to protect magnificent Uganda.
Polish doctor helps restore sight to Ukrainian family members after bombing. Olena Solitsianova and her two 5-year-old sons were injured by fragments when a Russian bomb came into her kitchen through a window. All three, unfortunately, could not see afterwards, and Ms. Solitsianova also had a broken leg and a glass shard embedded in her eye. Extricated from the wreckage and taken to a hospital, the mother and sons were assessed as needing immediate surgery. The family underwent a 1,350-kilometer journey to Poland to reach renowned eye specialist Dr. Robert Redduck. Elena's complicated surgery has restored her sight almost fully, and her twin sons Nazar and Timur underwent retina surgery and are now able to see, despite Nazar sadly losing one of his eyes. Thank you, Dr. Robert Redduck, for your wonderful heart and talented hands. We are so pleased to hear the success of Elena Solitsianova's and sons' miraculous surgery. We pray the courageous Ukrainian people soon know everlasting peace in the benevolent love of the Providence.
Company behind vegan sustainability app reports 51% of non-vegan American users express interest in plant-based foods. Based on the analysis of 1.4 million reviews on the Abelion digital platform over the last 3 years, the company's research has found that demand for plant-based foods and products has increased significantly. Millennial consumers, or those aged 26 to 41 years old, and Gen Z consumers, those aged 10 to 25 years old, are leading the trend. With a market share of $350 billion of purchasing power, these two groups are a major influence on the growth of veganism. Vegan demand in the US increased by 6 times during the pandemic, and the plant-based snack business is forecast to further rise globally from $32 billion to $73 billion by 2028. Our appreciation, Abelion team, for your insights on the rising popularity of the vegan lifestyle in the United States and beyond. In celestial abundance, may the entire world quickly embrace a glorious plant-based era.
Swan person saved by wildlife people rescuer reunites with mate. When swan-gentleman, later named Snowflake, was spotted on a busy street in Dartford, Kent, United Kingdom, wildlife folk rescuer Carly Adlin was called to help. She immediately used a bag to move Snowflake to safety and took him to a wildlife rescue center where he spent a few days recovering. Carly then took him to a nearby lake that she believed most likely would be his home based on research, and released sweet Snowflake. A few swan friends came to greet him, and Snowflake immediately made his way to a female. Together, they formed a beautiful heart of courtship, symbolizing their love. Delighted Carly, who is deaf, shared, "While I might not have hearing, I have a voice and will always be a voice for the voiceless." Our admiration, kind Carly Allen, for your heartwarming rescue. May gorgeous Snowflake and all loving swan people have long and happy lives with their beloved families in divine delight.